welcome back to yet another shiny hunt stream where we spin in circles and listen to tunes and chat and hang out. I think all the audio levels seem good. I think that might be a little loud on the music. Turn it down just a smidge. What's up, dude? Howdy, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. Howdy, Carnist. Howdy, Kelby. Howdy, Myths. Thank you for being there for Swag and Prom. I can't. I just immediately went into speedrun mode. Oh my god. Yeah, I think yeah, that might explain a few things with me playing around in Legends Arceus. I think I've officially completely borked my... Oh, no. No, it's back. Okay, I didn't press it in all the way. Nope. Well, now I'm trying... One, I had dang speedrun on the brain, so I started mashing... like I was mashing dialogue in Yakuza. I'm just like, I can't do that the entirety of a shiny hunt stream. That would be the death of me. It's way too much mashing. And then also, with I've been playing a decent chunk of the new Pokemon Legends Arceus. And there's just some angles and directions that my Pro Controller will not run in. For whatever reason, probably drift. There's directions where the character won't run. She will slow down to a jaunt. And it's incredibly frustrating. Luckily, the game is not that reliant on situations where that matters, so it hasn't dampened the experience much for me. But it's not great to see controllers die this quickly. And I say this quickly. I've had... Switch came out 2017. I got mine at the end of 2017? Mario Odyssey was the end of 2017, right? Like October 2017, I think. Because that's when I got my Switch. I got my Switch with Mario Odyssey. Switch release was 5 years ago. Sure was. But yeah, this Pro Controller's 4.5 years old now, but considering how many other controllers that I have that still function perfectly at like 10 years, I'm just like, 5 years is not as much as I would like. But also, Calvi, thank you for the 10 months of sub. I didn't mention that yet. I appreciate it. Yay, Tom stream. It is, in fact, a Tom stream. So, wow, these eggs are taking a while to hatch. I did put the eggs in, didn't I? I did. Okay. So I had to double check because I was working on things. Starting to slowly build things up for the next Elite Four event. That's probably at least 2 months away still, but starting to get stuff together for it. It's gonna take me a while to get some of the stuff. Dang egg moves. Pain in the butt to get on certain Pokemon. But I want it. It's a dumb strat, but I want it. It's like, let me have egg moves. Yeah, also, Elden Ring is a week away. Which means probably next Saturday's stream is going to be Elden Ring. It's probably going to be a relatively early game, Elden Ring. Because I'll probably be playing it a bit Friday night and Saturday through the day, or streaming it on Saturday. But I'm excited. I'm very excited that Elden Ring is finally here. We can see it. It exists. It's within our grasp. I don't believe any review scores have launched with it yet, which is fine. I'm gonna get it regardless of whatever review scores are, but
Rita, why are you being so grumpy?
what's the matter?
What's the matter?
Okay, baby girl. Money being a lot better, I pre-ordered so I can play at launch with friends. Nice. Hope you enjoy it. I don't know how the multiplayer is gonna work in Elden Ring, because I've been on pretty much whenever they've showed anything new, I'm just like not looking at it. I want to go in as blind as possible, so I have no idea how multiplayer is gonna work in this one. But given that how I play Souls types of games, first playthrough was always completely solo. Like maybe an NPC summon in various Souls games I've used, but for the most part, I try to do first playthrough all on me own. Because it's just that's the type of game to me. It's the solo struggle to surpass what's there, but no hard feelings towards people playing multiplayer, because multiplayer is actually a lot of fun. It's just I want the difficulty. But that is just me. First trailer and one very early video from Vati, then complete media blackout. Oh man, I haven't watched a Vati video in a very long time. I binged the hell out of his stuff like 3-4 years ago, and then I just haven't watched any of it since. Yeah, I'm very excited to have Elden Ring in grasp and finally hop onto my double jumping horse, because that's the one thing that I saw from the trailers. I'm just like, you're riding a horse, big open field, and the horse can double jump. Hell yeah. I mean, it's found the Hello Stones to be in there. They're my favorite things. They are excellent. Very silly, fun times with multiplayer. At the very least, in like Souls games, when I do get invaded or summon an ally or anything, at least it's just like, there's a courtesy. There is a courtesy. that is nice to abide by. You saying hello, dropping either those stones that speak for you, or doing some emotes. And then if you're trying to intentionally duel someone, at the very least, there was a thing in Dark Souls 3 where you would empty out your flasks in front of each other. You would go through all of your flasks in front of the other person until you get the animation that it's like, oh, it's all empty. It's just like, it's on. And then you get the people who charge in first anyway. It's just like, God damn it. This is going to be a long, drawn-out fight because everyone has heals. That was so... That is so strange. Just thinking back on it, it's just like, this is just a language that people playing the Souls games just started doing. Just like there became a type of manners and mannerisms that came along with invading or allies. Just like very unspoken rules. It's strange, but it's like, it's neat. I'm glad we can all come together on this common ground. The rude ones, you can't use Estus while invading in Dark Souls 2. But can't you still life gem? God, I forgot how annoying life gems are. Life gems are very slow heal, but they're quick to pop, and their HP regen lasts a very long time. Did not like life gems. I like the limitation of the Estus. But life gems, you can just have all of them. It's like playing... It's like... Oh my god. They went very hard at recreating a large chunk of the experience for Demon Souls for the PS5 remake. And I appreciate how faithful they were. But also, PvPing against people that have a basically infinite amount of heals is boring and not fun. Oh my god. You could have infinite heals, basically. It's finding an opening to heal is one thing, but it's just like you just munch a leaf and you just you're back to full health. Let's go. The limitations on the Estus helped in PvP as well. And what also helped with the honor-bound system that came into play. Because there's... What is it? Is it the Hunter's Charm? Or something? That you can throw out that prevents Estus use for a while. But that's a limited use quantity item. The Odds Talisman? But yeah, there's that one can use. But I think you have to hit them with it, which is a pain given the leg and everything that came with the Dark Souls Online experience. Oh, the latency. Oh, the latency. Bloodborne had Estus, it would be a very different experience. God, I wish it did. Like, you have 20 flat, or you have 20, up to 20 heals that you can carry on you at any given time. But man, the fact that you can actually run out in Bloodborne is always... I think the aggression system was enough, or the... God, what do you even call it? Where you can recover some of the HP you just lost by hitting an enemy. I think that was enough to try and push people towards an aggressive style of but the limited quantity heal always, or the, it's not limited quantity. It's the, I don't even know the word for it. But it's just like it's not recoverable. You have to either purchase them or find them. Which there's just many situations that will happen where it's just like, well, either I'm going to a spot early in the game to farm some blood vials, or I'm gonna farm some souls safely and get the healths back. Just doesn't feel like it fully lines up with how they had everything else working in that game. It's one of the few things where I'm just like, yeah, this one doesn't really fit. Also, maybe the music is just a smidge. I think everything's outside. Yeah, there's been as much as like every single time I so I've like by the end of the month I'm trying to ease out of speedrunning Yakuza Like a Dragon just because of how much time I've committed into it. And as much as I loved that time and I've really enjoyed speedrunning that game and optimizing it, I need the time back. But then we keep finding time saves. Like I have a sub 325 now, which is great. Except for one thing in that one of the other runners now has a 31940. So how the heck did they get 5 minutes off of my time? And the answer is 120 FPS and rebinding your controls. Bumping the game speed or the game frame rate up higher makes the game more responsive, and actually you can skip cutscenes faster, which is free time save. And then rebinding the start button to L2. L2 is a button that's rarely used in the game, and we never use it in the speedrun because it turns on auto battle, and we do not want auto battle. So we rebind it to start, and now I'm putting a turbo on it because we are allowing, or as far as I'm aware, we are allowing certain degrees of use with turbo. Like, we don't want full macro. We don't want people to like make a button that they hold down and it does all of the complex inputs to pause skip all on its own. But for some ease of accessibility, some controller rebinding and some limited use of turbo is acceptable. So I've rebound start to L2 and set up turbo for 5 inputs per second. So now I can cutscene skip a lot of things very quickly. When it's like long strings of when it's long strings of cutscenes where we're just cutscene skipping over and over and over again, now I can just hold L2 and mash X. And it's very consistent and it's very fast. But it's just like, but it also gets sped up notably by jumping to 120 FPS. Or at the very least with my setup. Because, like, if I had an okay, like a good enough chapter 1 before these setting changes, I was sitting at like 8 minutes 45 seconds or so. Was like a passable chapter 1. Now with the turbo L2 start and the 120 FPS, a good enough pass through chapter 8 is now 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Full 30 seconds faster. In just chapter 1. And chapter 1 has a lot of cutscenes, which I think is a lot where the time save is coming, but like that that's time save that I can't give up. I gotta take it now, because yeah, I think the other runner has been working with that type of situation for longer, so they've had that tidbit of advantage, which is an acceptable one. I never looked into it, nor did I think the time save was that significant. But I was wrong. So yeah. As well as I did more slight rerouting and testing throughout the week, and have new route changes again in the run that I'll do tomorrow. But yeah, I think by the end of the month, I need to spend more time on other things. As much as I've enjoyed it, if I can get a sub 320, I think that'll be a great spot for me to end out on. Because yeah, now that I know so much time save is on the table, it's just like, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing a run tomorrow. Do a run tomorrow, and then we'll do one probably next weekend as well, if I don't get as good of a time as I would like. But yeah, I got this weekend and next weekend are the last 2 ones of February, so really my last 2 opportunities to do so. Excuse me. Let's see. What else has happened since the last one? I can't remember. That must have happened last week, or 2 weeks ago, where I got my new mattress in, because I got a new mattress back in October, and it was good and it was better, but it wasn't a massive increase. Not the massive increase that I was looking for. So I used the warranty to return and get a different one. And the new one's working out better. Like, notably, like when I'm entering bed and falling asleep and stuff like that, like feel like I'm falling asleep faster and sleep harder. But when they came and dropped it off, they were supposed to come and pick the other one up, because, well, that's how a return works. And for whatever reason, the crew that day didn't have a protective bag for the mattress. Which, it's a return because it's only lightly used, that they'll clean it and resell it. But yeah, they didn't have a bag to take it in, so I just had to have the other mattress just sitting up against my window for 2 weeks straight, clogging up space in the apartment. Until finally on Thursday, they finally took that away. And now my bedroom is back to how it's supposed to be. I said that's finally Yeah, they should have planned for that. Like, that was the point. It's like there were two items on the list for the shipment with me was one mattress in and one return mattress. And, well, they just didn't have the bag for it. Maybe because they thought it was treating it just like a new mattress where the other mattress was going to the trash and not a return mattress. I could see that being the case, but it's just like still, it's like that should be a notable thing in your system. It's just like you're bringing in this mattress and there's a return, so here's the bag to return a different. That would have been my expectation. So yeah, that's been done. I had my week off between work situations. Yeah, there should have been. I know that they have a thing. Yeah, I started a new job this week. I had a week off in between that I did not spend as much time relaxing as I should have. Me being a stubborn butt still and being like I get things done still. Spent a large portion of my I spent a large portion of my week off working on the Yakuza speedrun. Working on reroutes, experimentation, and etc. It's like, god damn it. As much as I love doing it, it's just like I need to do things more explicitly that is just like not doing much rather than constant stream of work, whether it be actual work and then personal project work. It's like I need to just have some times where I'm just playing a game, watching something, reading a book, instead of having these multiple things and or things that are towards a project and not just doing one thing on its own for its own merit. Nap with the Reese on the new couch. I did do one of those. We did that one day. I think it was like Friday last week or something like that. Like I tried to take time and do relaxing stuff, and I'm just like, what do people do to relax on vacations? It's just like, oh, some people go and get like a massage or something. So I got a massage on Thursday, and it honestly ended up making me feel like crap. Like, I have no idea what happened, but man, I got the massage on Thursday, and then Friday I was just exhausted. I was exhausted. I had a headache. It was like, what the hell happened? And then that carried into Saturday, which that's why I didn't stream on Saturday. Well, it was very strange. I was like, why do I feel so exhausted? And I honestly don't know. Doubtful that it was the massage. But that was just strange. Also learned a thing with massage. I had a couple done like at the beginning of last year when I was still seeing a chiropractor for back pain. When I had massages there, it's just like it felt like I had gone through a massive workout when I was done there, because apparently my body is just nothing but muscle knots. So it's just like that masseuse did a lot of work. But this one I was just like, I don't know, we'll see what just like a medium one feels like. It's just like, it's fine, but yeah, I know the difference between the two is just like, yeah, my body is stubborn. My muscles and body are stubborn, so I kind of need to get pushed into submission. So howdy, Greg. Thanks for stopping by. And thank you for the 30 months of sub. I appreciate it. That's a lot of stinking months. 2.5 dang years. It's a lot. What else? Yeah, mostly just lots of Yakuza stuff on my break. And played a decent chunk of Arceus on break, and then I finally, I think it was maybe Thursday or Wednesday this week, I finally, quote unquote, beat Pokemon Arceus. I say quote unquote because there's a pretty, like, I didn't go much further than the credits, but there's already like, hey, here's new stuff. So I'm like, okay, then there's the post game that I still need to get to. But I really like Arceus. I wish the game was optimized better. I wish the game didn't look like it came out 7 years ago on the like a late generation PS3 game. Late generation PS3 games look better. Like the graphics just, like, Pokemon has an art style, but like it has a rough time loading things, and most things are just basic textures on the ground. It's not much depth. But graphics wise, that's like the major complaint. Also that it hiccups a lot. The frame rate is quite inconsistent. But game performance and appearance outside of those, the game is, I love it. It's a lot of fun. I like that it's more researching Pokemon being the focus. So you're running around, you're catching Pokemon, you're trying to learn, like, you can feed some of them to keep them nice and distracted or calm them down. There's trying to learn their moves, what their weaknesses are. It's just like you're the one creating the Pokedex. That actually leads to a lot of really interesting things and experimentation and running into some areas you're clearly not supposed to, but like trying to eke out maybe a Pokemon or two that's really high level, or maybe just getting stomped by a Pokemon that's way above your tier. But it's fun. It's just lots of fun exploration and playing around with Pokemon in the wild. It's really a lot of fun. The story is also just kind of like, okay, this is a thing, but that's what I always think of Pokemon stories, so that's not a surprise. Also, howdy, Bird. Thanks for stopping by. 100 hours into it in the first week, maybe 2 weeks. I think I'm at like 27, 28 hours, I think. And I finished the game. Quote unquote, finished the game. I rolled the credits. I rolled credits. I was an 8-star. I don't even remember what the division is called, but whatever. Just I was 8-star out of 10. But I, like, even with all the neat exploration and running around and stuff, I still still did normal me things, which is trying to optimize how quickly I'm finding and researching pertinent data to unlock complete dex entries and stuff like that. Had a group of 6 Pokemon that had almost every single type of move, so that I could, if Pokemon needed to get defeated with a specific type, I had almost every type on hand to get those. Carried around all the basic foods to feed Pokemon if they wanted to get fed. I basically never even dabbled into the tier 3 Pokeballs. Because for the most part, I never even like bought many items or crafting materials. For the most part, I had enough just from how I was playing the game that I could just craft whatever I needed. That was not the case with tier 3 Pokeballs, though. Those tier 3 sets, it's just too much material. It's too much material. Almost literally takes double the materials to craft a Great Ball or craft an Ultra Ball than it does to craft a Great Ball. So it's just like, well, I'm just running off of the tier 2 Pokeballs for a while just because I'm cheap and didn't want to spend that much money. But yeah, I had a great time, and there's so much that I can still do in the game after I've finished it. So many dang side quests that I did not bother finishing. So many other quests and certain criteria that you can do, trying to complete dex entries for every Pokemon. Actually searching through some of the areas. It reached a point where I never really went back and checked previous areas at all. Like, I would do a lot of research and running around and exploring in each new area as it came to me. But very, very rarely did I ever set foot in an old location. Just because, I'm getting new ways to explore with every new area. That trend seems to not stop. So I'm like, I should probably just keep trekking along and worry about the backtracking and exploring new areas in the previous places until I get all the movement capabilities. And I was right, but then I haven't gone back. So many places in the map that I have not attempted to search in yet. So many that are clear indicators towards it has more things to do in it, and then have not done it. Because also when I reached like near the end of the story, it's just like, I'm just gonna close out the story. Feels like I'm like, yeah, it's closing things out and getting towards a final confrontation here. I'm like, I'm just gonna close out the story. So I finished up the movement, got the last area finished out, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna speed through the rest of the game. So it's very clearly the last area that I can explore. Let's just finish the story. And that's the last I left on it. Also, howdy. Thanks for stopping by. Introducing Mouth Analyst mode. That's just me talking. But also, don't analyze my mouth that much. Don't worry. Oh god, that also happened since last time. The Nintendo Direct. Was that Tuesday? When was that? Was it while I was on vacation? It was Wednesday. Was it this Wednesday? Last week Wednesday? God, I am time. What is time? It was on the 9th, so it was last week Wednesday. Jesus. How does time do? Oh boy. So yeah, we didn't get to talk too much about what was at the direct. Because obviously I didn't stream last Saturday and then I did speedrunning. New Kirby looks like a lot of fun. The mouthful mode is just a smidge horrifying, but also cute and ridiculous and absurd. And we now have Kirby. But it looks like it's gonna be a very silly, fun time, as expected of Kirby. Freaking 2022 is absolutely the year of tactical RPGs. Goddamn. Triangle Strategy is coming out soon. There's the Advance Wars remakes. There's Metal Slug Tactics is in development that I think is also being planned to release this year. There was that other remake of a tactics RPG that I don't know. I forget what the name of it was, but it had mechs. Forget what game it was. Rune Factory 2, which is technically kind of an RPG. Well, I mean like specifically tactical RPGs, not just RPGs in general. But also more RPGs is good. Oh yeah, the Chrono Cross remaster, which I'm glad I'll probably finally play Chrono Cross. I have Chrono Cross, and I on the PS5 or not PS5, PS1. Live Alive, yeah, that looks great using the engine from Octopath Traveler. A Japanese-only RPG that seems pretty interesting and finally available worldwide. Chrono Cross Remaster looks fantastic just because, sweet Jesus, I looked up some more information on it. It's just like, yep, from the get-go, you can fast forward the game. I'm like, fuck yes. Oh my God, fuck yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, because God, like, PS1 JRPGs are a trip. You're signing up for a lot of weirdness when you play a PS1 JRPG. Chrono Cross's battle system is neat, but it is slow. It is very slow. Like, I played not that much into the game, and I'm just like, I'm not... I can't play it with this battle system unless I'm, like, doing it as part of, like, a dedicated thing like I did with, like, Xenogears and Suikoden 2. But those battle systems I actually actively enjoyed. Chrono Cross is like, there's a lot of neat stuff here and a lot of neat strategy, but man, I can't get over how slow it is. Like in Final Fantasy IX at the beginning of the game, it feels slow, but eventually you get like more abilities and stuff like that. It's still a slow battle system, but it starts filling up its space adequately as the game goes on. Oh, that was not the case with Chrono Cross. I'm so glad there's going to be a fast forward, or that there's a fast forward that there is. And it's still something that baffles me with the original Chrono Cross. I think it was 2 discs. But the original Chrono Cross has that fast forward capability. Like, it literally has it. It's built into the game. I didn't know it had that until watching a speed run of getting all of the characters. But yeah, the fastest way to do a speed run to get all of the characters is to get to the end of the game. Like, mostly play any percent with some very easy to get characters along the way. Or ones that are just easy to get because they're like, yeah, they're nearby and stuff like that. But then once you reach the end of the game, there's a fast forward. The entire game has a fast forward, but it's only unlocked after you finish the game. It's like, that hurt me even more. But now it's available from the get-go, and also with the other standard JRPG remaster stuff that's, it's basically become standard, is turning off random encounters, fast forward, auto battle with potentially like the broken battle system if you're really just like, I don't want to battle, or I'm just here to grind. So yeah, I'm actually quite excited to finally play Chrono Cross. Howdy, Eric. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know, hope to see if we'll get info on a normal Fire Emblem game in April. Oh yeah. Fire Emblem Warriors in the Three Houses franchise. Or in the Three Houses world, or timeline, or time zone. I don't know. Want to be excited for it, just not sure if it'll be for me. That is fair. That is completely fair. PS1 JRPGs are not for everyone. Most certainly. Pokemon Stadium had a Dojo Tower to play Red, Blue, Yellow at triple speed, but to unlock it, you had to do a lot of tournament battles in Pokemon Stadium, which is easiest to do with your own Pokemon from Game Boy games. Yeah. There's a weird quirk with that generation of games. Sometimes they offered speed up options, but after you did a bunch of other stuff, it's just like, man, it's just a quality of life thing. But then again, these type of quality of life things have become more standard for us nowadays, or just like, we had more time back in the day where that slowness was inherent to a lot of games. So that was just a feature that was not really in consideration that much at the time, and didn't really care. But now it's just like, dang it, I don't have that much free time. I want to go fast. I want to appreciate the game, but dang it, I don't want to give it all the 80 hours that it wants from me. I think Fire Emblem Warriors might be fun now that it's in Three Houses. I didn't hear the greatest about the first Fire Emblem Warriors game. I was not a big Fire Emblem person at that time. Still not the hugest of Fire Emblem people, but I really enjoyed Three Houses and Awakening. But from what I heard of the Musou, the first Fire Emblem Warriors, is that most people were just like, it's like, even for a Warriors game or a Musou game where you're gonna be mashing through waves of enemies and it's kind of repetitive, but it's also satisfying. Even with that being the baseline, it's just like, yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors is pretty So I'm like, yeah, I got nothing on that. So we shall see how it comes with Three Houses. It might have a lot more fun things with that cast of characters and with all the special moves and stuff that they can get. It's possible to do it with Pokemon, but a lot of the good Pokemon have such bad moves, like Rental Charizard would have like Ember or something. Rental Typhlosion had Rock Smash, which back then only had 20 power. That's I did see a couple races of people doing heck. PS Caller, thank you for the gifted sub to Dolan. I appreciate it. Also welcome. I did see some people doing a race of Pokemon Stadium rental randomizer where they not built into the game, but they just have a website or browser or something that has a randomization that is just like you pick from the rental teams and this randomizer will say these are the Pokemon you roll with. So you're trying to go through Pokemon Stadium with the rental teams, and it's just like, oh yeah, seeing some of the comps is like, why would you put these moves onto this Pokemon? It's like, this is so bad. God, because like Gengar is overpowered as hell in Gen 1 and is very overpowered in the rental randomizer. But then there's like some stuff that like weirdly works, like Tangela is really good. And like some mid-tier evolutions have really good movesets, but their final evolutions have trash movesets. It's such a gamble, even with like actually good statistical Pokemon. It's like it goes in line with like Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories randomizers, where it's just like it's just gonna be an absolute mess, and part of that actually kind of makes it fun. I am tempted to maybe do that one of these days, or if someone would be down to do a race of Pokemon rental randomizer. Oh shit! I could ask Dan if Dan would be up with that. Dan might be down for that. Dan might be down for that. I'm not sure Dan knows Pokemon statistically, but then again, it's a Gen 1, and Gen 1 is an absolute mess. Maybe Reno would want to do something like that, maybe. I don't know. But that would be a fun thing to race and be frustrated by what the hell was even happening. First Pheromones War, main issue is just bad roster picks. Half the roster had swords. The only Lance users outside of DLC were Pegasus Knights. Only 3 Axe users in the base game. More of the characters shared a shared moveset with another character. It's better than OG Hyrule Warriors. I tried playing OG Hyrule Warriors and got relatively bored with it quickly, surprisingly. Like, I 100% at Age of Calamity, but yeah, the original Hyrule Warriors just wasn't really doing it for me. And I don't really know exactly why, other than the fact that like I was changing characters constantly. But yeah, I never really got too far in original Hyrule Warriors. Eventually, I should probably try Persona 5 Strikers, because that was free for January for PS5, I believe, or PS4. That's a shit. I've been picking up too many eggs again. Sure have. One more. Hi, Caddy. Thanks for stopping by. And no shiny yet. Also, yeah, that was amazing to see from Nintendo Direct. Frickin' Mario Strikers is back, baby! Hell yeah! Hi, Queen. Thanks for stopping by. Coming out of lurk, and I've been doing just fine. I'm glad you've been doing just fine. Yeah, I never played the Wii Mario Strikers, so go have a good look. I never played the Wii Mario Strikers, but I remember playing the hell out of the GameCube one. I had a great time playing the GameCube one. So heck, Calvi, thank you for gifting Queen a sub. I appreciate it. But I played a lot of those Mario sports games back on the GameCube. I remember liking the baseball one a lot too. But yeah, it's so silly, and I'm glad. I'm glad we're getting more Mario sports games. Yeah, it just looks fun. Even if it's fun that only lasts for like a couple weeks, like how Mario Golf did last year. It's still gonna be a fun couple weeks. Beating each other up with Mario characters. Excuse me, gosh dang it. Hype for Three Houses Warriors because Three Houses, one of your favorite games, getting to see more of those little bastards. That too. Oh. Oh. Come on. There we go. You only wait for an enemy to do an attack that made them follow up. Your attack normally just do chip damage. If you want to do any significant boss enemies, you would either have to wait for them to randomly cycle the exploitative attack or blow your super mode on them to force the weak point against you. Yeah, I did remember that from the original Hyrule Warriors. Just basically only being able to do stuff on them when you could break through their weakness or do damage to their weakness gauge. Doing regular attacks in the meantime was mostly useless. But I'm assuming Queen, I'm assuming boyf is short for boyfriend. I've never heard anyone call it boyf before. Also, howdy. Thanks for stopping by. Chef Boyfardy. Yes. Nice. Hopefully everything's going all right with with at the very least getting out of the position that you're hopefully not enjoying, and hopefully you're already steps in progress towards the next and better. Fire Emblem Three Houses. The funny thing is that Fire Emblem Three Houses, or Fire Emblem Warriors Three Houses, or whatever the heck the moniker is, it might actually do more for the story than the actual games did. Because God, the final quarter of every single arc that is playable in that game is incredibly incomplete. Like, Golden Deers felt like the most complete. Or at the very least, you've dealt with the great evil organization. The other ones is just like, yeah, the Blue Lions, they got the kingdom back. Hooray, we did it. You don't even know about the shady organization in Blue Lions. Like, you don't ever deal with them at all. Other than the pre-time skip stuff. It's just like, you dealt with them a couple times in school and then never again. It's so weird. And then like the other routes are worse off, and they're the routes that I haven't played. Now the Gigalog just had to do one last week of work as a front end clerk. Then I actually get a job with 40-hour work week and benefits. Hell yeah, Zach. Get it. I have to get used to 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. work time, but I'm actually going to be making money on my current job. That is excellent. That sounds like a massive step forward. I'm glad that things have gone your way. Also, how do you play them? Thanks for stopping by. Crimson Follower really said, don't worry about it. That's what I've heard. I never played any of the Black Eagles routes. So I honestly don't know. But I've seen a couple speedruns where I'm just like, really? This is where this arc ends? Here. Not with anything else beyond here. Not with anything with the shady organization. It's just like, nope, we're done. Golden Deer's felt the most complete. It's my favorite because Golden Deer, but it felt very rushed the last 2 months as well. Well, part of that was Golden Deer was fused too much with White Snow. I don't remember that much into each individual route and the differences, other than Golden Deer felt. I only played Golden Deer and Blue Lion. Blue Lion was my first playthrough. Golden Deer was my second on maddening difficulty. And Golden Deer's felt like it was actually complete. Blue Lions felt like you completed a side story. You united the kingdom and stuff like that. But then it's just like, but we know there's a lot else out there still, and it's just not addressed. But it feels more complete than Crimson Flower or the Black Eagles routes. Yeah, I don't remember the actual names of the routes either. I just remember by houses. And then Black Eagle splits into if you go full Black Eagle with Edelgard or if you rescind back to the church. I don't remember what any of their specific names are. I just remember it by the house. Crimson Flower, which I'm assuming is Black Eagle Edelgard. Azure Moon is Blue Lions. Verdant Wind is Golden Deer. And Silver Snow is Black Eagles, but you go back to the church instead of with Edelgard. I think. With them all listed in front of me, it seems obvious, but without all of them listed in the same spot, I'm just like, I can't remember it off the top of my head. Yeah, I think those are the name of the part 2s after time skips. Oh yeah, what the Zach speaking about their new job is just like, oh yeah, I started a new job this week too. And as much as in the long term, I think it will be much better fitting for me. In the short term, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. They wanted me to get started right away, picking up where the last person left off, and the last person didn't upload all their files correctly. So there's large chunks that I'm trying to track down through other documentation or parts I'm just going to have to recreate. Because they just weren't uploaded. And then we have their login information to try and dig into what they had. And I found some more stuff, but it wasn't all of it. So, boy, oh boy. It's going to be a very tedious beginning to working there. Yeah, that's also fair, Caddy. That's what I remember of Golden Deer too. Is just like Golden Deer in itself feels like it's more completed, but Claude doesn't really see the full ending of Claude's specific arc and Claude's goals. God Shattering Stars. That's it's a hell of a track. Sit down. Yeah, so far with the new job, I think it'll be better in the long run. But yeah, it's gonna take some time for it to fully flesh into what it's going to be. We'll see if it ends up being something I want to stick with for a long time, but I think I'll have a better time of it than I had at the last one. And it pays better, and I get benefits very soon. Excuse me. Plus, I'll have vacation. I'll have paid holidays. Thank fuck. Like I just got benefits at my previous position because I needed to be working for 90 days before benefits kick in. But this new place just has first of the month after I begin is when my benefits kick in. So just in a couple weeks they'll actually kick in. But I need to actually get those set up. Need to do that tomorrow. I had a very busy week this week. And yeah, I think I'll actually end up enjoying having a bit of a commute to work. Like it's about 25-30 minutes or so one way to work. And it's felt kind of nice having that be a nice space for like podcasts, maybe in the future some audiobooks. We shall see. What kind of gives me it's not meditative because I need to pay attention and deal with Jesus Christ, all the people on the road. And man, it's been strange in North Carolina getting used to North Carolina drivers. Like Minnesota is just like, yeah, mostly everyone goes kind of a bit over the speed limit. There's some that go about at, and then there's the people that go super fast. But like it was relatively stable in terms of what I was dealing with. Man, the range of drivers in North Carolina is so much broader. It's people that will go 10 miles an hour under the speed limit and people that will go 20 over. Just like they're all mixed in together, and it's It's a mess. There's a lot less use of turn signals was also not that great in Minnesota, but didn't think it could get that much worse. But then here it's just like, nope, people are just swerving from one lane to the other. And that's the more frequent than people using turn signals. It's like, God damn it, people. So many of you on the road, it's so much easier to make sure nothing bad happens. People just turn on the goddamn turn signal. Also, with the new job, it also feels nice that, like, I don't have to report any time to the company I'm doing the contract work for, but the contract firm that I'm technically the employee of treats me as a salaried employee. So after I probably get my feet in and get stuff all figured out in the first few weeks, it's probably I can probably get myself in or start doing a flat 8 hours every day. Where it's just like, when I'm there for the 8 hours. I'll get all my stuff out or get as much done as I can in those 8 hours, and then peace out. I'm out the door. Instead of what I've been doing for the most part, because of being hourly, is just like, it's been 8.5 or 9 hours and counting that down to 8 for breaks, etc. Just because, as much as many other people, or it's kind of common practice basically, that you're not exactly doing all the specific hours you're putting in, but I tend to try to be more faithful to the numbers I'm putting in for my time. But now that I'm back to being salaried, it's just like, I realized it when I was on salary a long ass time ago. Which is just basically just like, yeah, I'm much happier when I do a flat 8 hours at work, and then once I'm out of work, I'm done with work. Just like, I'm more efficient at work, I'm happier at home. It is literally a plus plus. And so long as no one at work cares the fact that my freaking hours are not specifically everything they need to be, it's just like, my output is there. If you have complaints over how much stuff I'm getting done, or it's not fast enough, you can say so, but I have never in my life had a situation where it's just like they've wanted me to increase the speed of things that I'm doing. Just like, I get my shit done, and whether it happens on 40 hours flat or it happens in 45 doesn't really matter to you. I got the stuff done. And I'm happier when it's on the flat 40. Yeah, oh, sorry. I'm gonna have to read over that more later. They're talking more about. Oh boy, yeah. I talked about it earlier on stream, but basically we found out today that God, the engine for Yakuza Like a Dragon and many other Yakuza games is very weird when it comes to PC settings. And we found basically for that it's up to individuals to it's up to individual users to determine what settings are best, because it seems like there's like a cap on how fast things can go. But it turns out if you bump up all the way to 120 FPS, game responds faster, you can skip cutscenes faster. Some enemy or some of the enemies' attacks launch into their attack faster. It's just like, it's free time save. It is 100% free time save. But it's like, yeah, you have to be so specific with your exact setup. Because like for me, a little testing today was basically dropping down to medium settings, 120 FPS, no VSync, and doing some controller remapping so that it's more comfortable for me to mash fast. And that literally, like, I did all my testing in chapter 1. Chapter 1 was like a decent chapter 1 that I was acceptable going on further in the speedrun was 8:45. Now a decent enough chapter 1 is now 8 minutes 15. It's a full 30 seconds faster in chapter 1. and it's mostly just more comfortable controls, which we're allowing turbo. So I rebound one control, rebound start to L2, and then put a 5 press per second turbo on it. Because it's just so much more comfortable, and mashing with L2 is not easy, but it's the most convenient button we have. But yeah, for accessibility and to save ourselves arthritis, we allow limited use cases of turbo, and yeah, it's like a full 30 seconds faster than chapter 1 alone. So we'll see how low the time can actually get with once every individual has figured out what their best PC settings are. But yeah, it turns out like one of the other runners was like, yeah, was basically sitting at running the game 120 FPS and was having that advantage unknowingly or not. It's just like, dang. Like, it's not like you have faster PC, therefore it runs faster. It's like, no, it's just a setting. They run on basically the lowest settings possible, but they run it on 120 FPS. And with their setup, the 120 FPS just makes things go faster. Versus mine, I think my fastest settings were medium level graphics with 120 FPS. Weird. And I think for one of the other runners, it's just like, yeah, my best setup is like medium settings, but with unlimited FPS rather than specifically 120. It's just like, it's so dependent on every individual PC. It's very strange. Ay, ay. I think I can get away from the bullshit that is flexible hours. Just get arbitrary called into work when they couldn't bother to schedule anything or anyone, or even on days when there's goddamn so. Yep. Now welcome to gig work, baby. Where it's literally just terrible for all employees. It's like, it's so flexible. You can work when you want to, but it's not actually when you want to. It's a very specific key time frames. You're paying me commission work ostensibly and not employee work, so I don't have any benefits. It's bad. It's bad. Sure, set things wumble, otherwise Spire won't go over the ledge when he's hit by the rocket in the fireworks. I was just like, why don't I have more eggs? It's because I haven't been. Also, I did see the hydrating stretch. I'll have to do that in just a sec. Once the next batch of eggs starts hatching, I will do a stretch. You are one for garlic, Aaron. I am not. I enjoy garlic and stuff, but like if there's too much, it just overwhelms everything. I can have it as a nice little seasoning and some flavorings, but not that much. Vampire. How does that make me a vampire when I said I do like it? Is that a Pal mode? Or no, that's a Julia. I was just like, that's Pal's art for sure. It's Julia. Dang it, Toby. How do you keep making music so good? Best musical introductions to a game is done to an area. It was excellent. Just like walking through, it's mostly relatively silent. When you start sliding down a slope, music starts kicking in. Start dropping in some obstacles to the beat, then it kicks in. It's just like, yes! Damn it, you nailed it. Play chapter 2, Zach. It's amazing. It is amazing. It's relatively long, too. I was actually surprised at how long it was. Like, that took me like a full 8-ish hours on chapter 2. But then again, I did most of the things. Oh. There is... Hopefully that doesn't mess up the count. If I didn't mess up. Also, dang it, need to stretch. Everyone do a stretch. Another hatch first. We stretch. Don't pop your back like a glow stick. I mean, probably needed stretching, but don't, like, glow sticks, like, you crack the two interior parts in order to mix the fluids together. Don't do that to your back. Like, don't mix your spinal fluid in with your whatever else is in your midriff internal organs. Don't do that. You can stretch. Don't destroy spine in process. So dang it. Realize I'm not going to be able to... I might have to try and catch the Vaughn. Oh, never mind. Arena just did yesterday's stream doing the competitive tournament. That was a lot of fun to watch and hang out with everyone while Rena did some competitive Pokemon. Rena's doing Lego. Also, I don't think we've heard any of this since I've added it. Got some Diddy Kong Racing in here now. Sound like Crash. I mean, it has very probably stereotypically awful islander / native chanting. Which Crash had that with the Uka Uka mask and all. Never played Diddy Kong Racing. I enjoyed it a lot. It has a lot of bullshit. Diddy Racing sure has a lot of bullshit. It has a lot of bullshit. The boss fights are rough. The controls are strange because, like, when you start drifting to the left, you're like actually like drifting farther to the right first. Like, it feels very different than other kart racing drifts. And then there's obviously the nuances with plane movement and hovercraft movement too. Yeah, there's boss fights. Diddy Kong Racing has boss fights. Boss races, technically. But. Which, to this day, I still don't think I've actually ever beaten Diddy Kong Racing. I'm pretty sure the farthest I ever gotten was to the final boss, but I never beat the final boss. It's a pain in the ass. Can that be a points goal? No. If it wouldn't take so long to do, then maybe, but at this point, just because I'm for the foreseeable future, it's still just going to be weekends for me streaming. So I don't feel like trying to dedicate multiple weekends to Diddy Kong Racing when I'd rather do things. Oh, yeah. I can guarantee you whatever F-Carnist concocted with the watermelon vodka, I can guarantee you it is most likely incredibly dangerous. Probably the type of taste that is just like, oh, this... It's like the combination of Sunny D and vanilla vodka. It's just like, it can be half or more vodka and you wouldn't know. And that is dangerous. Sprite and watermelon vodka. That actually does sound quite good. That does sound quite good. I just have some plain old vodka and cranberry juice now. I tend to have like, for the past few months, I tend to just have like a single alcohol in here that I have on occasions. So there's been lots of box wine, lots of just large bottle of liquor plus mixer. I tried doing, like, I used to love having like whiskey and cokes. I used to love having those so much. I can't do it anymore. I can't. I just mostly the soda. I can't handle that much sweet anymore. Like, I really can barely even have soda anymore. And I liked liquor or a lot of the flavor of liquors and stuff like that based on what you can make with it. Like, it has a very complex flavor profile. So it's really fun determining what tastes good with what and stuff like that, and trying some weird experiments and stuff like that. But now that I can't, I just don't really want sodas anymore. Especially not too acidic ones. Like Sprite or other types like that are typically fine with me still, but the Mountain Dews, the Mellow Yellows, the Pepsis, the Cokes, lots of that stuff like that, I just can't really do too much of it anymore. Also, howdy. Thanks for stopping by. Also, Gwen, tell your body to stop hurting. I'm assuming you did an exercise of sorts, and body's like, fuck you. Sprite's too sweet. That's fair. I tended to like the sharper white sodas. Or I don't remember which ones would have been. Would it have been Sierra Mist? That would have been the sharper one? I haven't had them in the longest time to tell. But typically with that, with those types of sodas, I tend to do a sour. So like Sprite is a lemon lime soda versus ones like, I think, Squirt and like if you're from Wisconsin, 50/50 are like lime and grapefruit sodas. They're more sour tasting, and I really like those still. Said a new computer, running around and cleaning my room has been my last 3 days, and I'm only getting rest now. Rest. Howdy, Juice. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's lime and grapefruit. Flavored soda, so it's like... it doesn't actually taste like grapefruit. It's just... It's a lemon lime type soda, but it has more on the sour type of profile. And I quite like it. Mountain Dew's too sweet. Mountain Dew is way too sweet for me now. Baja Blast is even sweeter, Caddy. If you're not being a fan of Mountain Dew with how sweet it is, Baja Blast is even sweeter. Howdy. Thanks for stopping by, and you're right. There are cuties here, including yourself. Did I swap my Pokemon? I feel like I've been running around in circles for a while. I did. Also, one thing that I need to get working on, or get with work, is I did ask HR to get some monitor risers, because they're not on arms. Need something to bump up the height of the volume, the right, raise up the monitors so that they're more at eye level for me. 'Cause yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it in the middle of my back. It's just like I've been hunched over looking at the monitors that are too low. And it's hurting me back. Solution, remove spine. It's a bold play. Not sure it'll pan out. But have we seen people try? The answer is yes, and it doesn't. No, Greg, we already discussed don't snap your spine like a glow stick. That's bad. I just want to double check the count. So 30, 60, 30, 60, 90, 105. Yeah, that's right. Good. Good, good, good. My count is correct. Oh, wow. We have 5. Okay. Ethernet cord upgrade with new computer. I am not used to low latency with chatting. It's nice, isn't it? It's nice, isn't it, Gwen? Just like, yeah, I've never realized just how nice it is to not have low latency and not have poopy internet when it's finally gone. It's just like, oh my god, everything just works. You have to pay attention. You don't have to pay attention that close. It's just that it's there and it's immediate. Oh yeah, like every now and again I've been trying to have more plant-based foods. And actually I got at Chipotle has like some plant-based sausage stuff. I forget exactly what it was. But I got a burrito with that in it. And actually, holy shit, it was really good. Like I've had a few of like the Impossible burgers or things like that. And I'm just like, they're fine. I'm not the biggest fan of burgers anymore, so why would I want to go for those either? But I've had a few plant-based sausages now. And I've been like, yo, this shit's actually good. And it's good in its own right, not because it's trying to mimic something else. It's just like, no, it's just being what it is. It has a unique flavor profile and texture, and I am down with it. Yeah, sofritas. It's just tofu. Is it just tofu? I did not know that. I need to try more tofu too, because not a lot of the places around here have like the greatest of Asian possibilities for foods, other than obviously the plenty of restaurants and stuff like that. But I mean, like, for homemaking, a lot of places don't have that much unless you're going to a specifically Asian market. And I did go to an Asian market last weekend. And oh boy, there's lots of options. And I do want to try some other tofu options. Like I think I've what was it called? Mapo tofu or mapo tofu, which is supposed to be like a pretty hot dang spicy tofu. I'm just like, I do love spicy. I do love spicy. You have my attention. Like I went there because I wanted more curry mix because god damn it, I love curry now. But I wanted to try some other stuff. I tried like a pre-make lemon chicken sauce, and it was good, but like, oh my god, the instructions on how to prep their chicken that was on the bag, which is usually just like try first with just like whatever is their recommended go-to on the box or on the can or whatever. They're calling for breading on the chicken was just salt, pepper, and flour. Nothing to bind it onto the chicken. I'm just like, okay, maybe they're just going off of something here. It's just like, nope. Fried those up, and it was basically just baked chicken. There was almost no breading. It's just like, of course there's not. There's nothing to bind it onto the chicken. So it's just like, I got a light dusting of flour that got barely caked on. It's just like, that's disappointing. Lemon sauce was all right. Wasn't the greatest. Also, it was the most yellow thing I have ever seen. Also, howdy gamer, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. It was like radioactively yellow. It wasn't glowing, but it felt like if I got that on my clothes or something, that it would be stained for an eternity. Like, it was the most yellow thing. About 8.5 hours of Horizon. I'm assuming the new Horizon game. Hope you're enjoying it. Did see that finally came out. Nacho cheese levels, if radioactive. No, it was difficult to describe. Like it was a clear yellow, but the most yellow / clear. It's very difficult to describe. I forgot that the new Horizon game was already out. I'm just, at this point, I'm just like, I have other things that have my attention right now. It is very unlikely that I'll end up getting around to it. Even though I enjoyed quite a bit of. I remember really enjoying the first Horizon Zero Dawn when that originally came out. But my tastes have changed significantly since that game came out, so I'm not. I was just like, yeah, it looks great. It looks like it'll be a good time, but I just don't have the attention for a game like that anymore. Yeah, like stained glass. That's probably the best description myths for how yellow that thing was. Yeah, not Animal Crossing. Horizon Zero Dawn. Because yeah, I don't have the time for it. I do not have the time for a game like that anymore. And I think I'm okay with that. I have my last couple weeks here of Yakuza Like a Dragon speedrunning. want to do more stuff with Arceus, finish the game, but I want to do post quests, side quests and stuff, and see what I can do for Pokedex completion. Elden Ring comes out on Friday, and I ain't gonna be doing basically only gonna be doing Elden Ring for quite a while because I'm very excited. Finish the satchel grind in Arceus and I'm doing clothing right. That's quite the grind. I have no idea how long the satchel grind is in Arceus. I just know that I'm already at the point where it's like 20,000. 20,000 per single satchel slot. Only 20,000. That's what I've heard. Is that it gets stupidly expensive. I'm just gonna be like, nah. I already have pretty much enough space. Last one's 1 million? Sweet Jesus. Like I'm already at the point, or I've already basically gotten to the point where I'm just like, I am mostly fine with my inventory space. I could maybe get like another row of 5 and that would probably set me for as far as I want to go. But I'm assuming making money is a bit easier once you're at 10 star. I'm already at 8 star and making money is relatively fast. Last 5 to 10 arcade. And yet you still did it, Gwen. Also on a random sidebar, I can't wait for Barry to hopefully play through Metal Gear Solid 3 and then sit down and watch 20 hours of Metal Gear Solid 4 to finally get to Revengeance. Because the game has a lot of problems, but holy fuck, that OST and the action, it hits hard. It's great. Grinding this game into oblivion, since what am I going? What I am doing is money grinding between outrates of Pokemon I want. Aye, aye. There's still many, many more things that I gotta do in Arceus, and I will not complete all of them by the time Elden Ring comes out. Because in basically I'm already busy as heck for tomorrow, and then obviously I got work next week and all that fun stuff, and then Elden Ring's out on Friday, so just unlikely I will get to it or get too much more in Arceus before I'm entranced by Elden Ring. It's not chalk. It's God, what even is the descriptive word? It's God home. Last clothing options you unlock in Arceus are just arbitrarily expensive. I don't doubt that. I think I was on the side quest where I needed to get 2 different slugs, the eastern colored one and the western colored one, and I didn't bother doing that, so I haven't progressed the clothing beyond that point. Shellos, yeah. Yeah, with the side quests, I'm just like, I'm not going out of my way for these. Like, I went a little bit out of my way in the very first region for some side quests. But the other ones, I was just like, I'll get it along the way. If not, oh well. Also, heck, did Freedom Planet 2 come out? I don't remember if that game actually came out. I thought I saw someone, GDQ, doing like a stream of it. Someone was doing a run of it. I don't know if it's early access or Freedom Planet 2. Feel like it did. Like, it's not my kind of game. It's a Sonic. It's a modern Sonic kind of game. And it's not my kind of game. That Sonic style level design just never meshes with me. But the OST for Freedom Planet 1 is amazing. Also, a random sidebar. The Yakuza Like a Dragon official soundtrack came out on Monday. So I got that and replaced all my game rip versions that I got from a different website. I'm just like, it is a bit nicer to hear some of the things in studio quality rather than ripped from the game. Just a bit different of mixing. As well as some songs that were not on the unofficial. Like a lot of the cutscene scores were not on the unofficial. So dang it, I have so many game soundtracks for games. Excuse me, for games that I haven't beaten yet. Just like Elden Ring comes out, then I really need to just get through these game soundtracks that I have. Play those games first and then listen to their soundtracks. Ay. Because I think I have Haven's soundtrack. Haven't finished that. I have Chicory's soundtrack. Haven't started that, but I own it. I have Wander Song's OST, which I started while I was on my trip to Wisconsin in December, but then I haven't gotten back to it yet. Got the Crosscode DLC soundtrack, and I need to finally finish Crosscode. I've 100%ed the game, but I haven't played the DLC since it dropped. It was like a year ago. February of last year ago that that DLC came out and I still haven't played it. And I love Crosscode. And then coincidentally, I just like a month ago downloaded the Chrono Cross OST. And coincidentally, the remaster was announced and is coming out in, I think, April. It's like, oh, well, I will have to wait on this OST too now. Yeah, I really want to play through Chicory, the Wander Song. Like, I've seen a playthrough of Wander Song. Obviously, I have a Bard emote. I watched all of Barry's playthrough of it, and I really loved it. But I do want to play it through on my own as well. God, playing through Wander Song was so great. Or just like the little, I only spent like 4-ish hours or so while I was on airplanes and such in December. God, just the fact that there's a dedicated dance button that you can press in almost all situations. And you learn different dance moves. You could just the amount of expression you have. Oh baby, we expressing a new Munchlax too. So blue. So fresh. So shiny. Finally finishing Chrono Trigger to get ready for it. I hope you enjoy Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is phenomenal. I adore Chrono Trigger. Chrono Cross was just too slow on the PS1. I already talked about it earlier this stream. It's just like the fact that the remaster has turn off random encounters and you can fast forward. I'm just like, that's going to make me finish that game. Got the shiny. Calvi, we got your shiny munch. Not Gert. Yet. So Calvi, when do you want your shiny munch? Yes, we got the shiny. Oh. There. Not shiny. Shiny. Put you in the shiny box real quick. Oh, shoot. That's right. I was gonna... Oh, shoot. While we're on our way to do that, let's get these lads put away. Sounds good. So let me know when you're ready. Excuse me. If it wasn't for the sparkle effects, it would be easy to miss. A little bit yeah, and a little bit no. I've been staring at that Munchlax for like 6-7 hours now. I can tell even the most minute of color differences. I need to rate a nickname. Because this is never going to go to its rightful owner, so it needs to have a proper name. Zimunjus. Because that is Juice's shiny, the Lunatone? Yes, Lunatone. that they won't get because, well, they don't want to install the game, which is acceptable. Now it's moon juice. Wonder what moon juice tastes like? Don't we all? Tastes like cheese? Ugh. So how many? Okay, so I have this batch and then another. Okay. It's actually good. Don't take this egg. I'd like to take big lumps back. No, I didn't want to take Ditto too. Ditto now. Tyrantrum. For a shiny Tyrant for. I believe it's for Nintendo. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Yeah. Big lumps. Go back in this box. There you go. There you go, buddy. Yes, we did get the shiny munch. Actually, box 15 started. Oops. I'll update stuff when the next round is hatching. Yes, we got one of the shinies. Hooray. Did I participate in the competition for shiny Galarian Articuno? No, I didn't. I just didn't have a hankering for it, and I honestly don't really care about shinies. Like, shinies are neat, and I have some that I love, but like, unless it's like one of the ones that I absolutely want. I'm just like, most of the shinies, I don't really care about getting on my own. It's like, neat, I have one. Unless it's like one I actually like, it's just like, okay, well, that's just gonna sit in a box forever and never see the light of day again. Also, we'll see how many songs from the Nier Replicant OST actually make it into next streams. Square Enix had a heyday when it came to copyright. With copyright flags. With the Nier OST. It's like, god damn it. It's an amazing OST. Stop being sassy. % of your Pokemon series just look at this cool friend. I'm gonna just show him forever box. That's especially the case with RCS. I have like 13 full boxes of Pokemon that I have not paid attention to in forever. And as far as I'm aware, there's no way to sort Pokemon by like number or anything like that in Arceus. God, I wish there were, because there's a lot of random ass Pokemon and random ass boxes, and it annoys my want to sort them. Obtain the whole alphabet. Neat. They'll stay in the pastures forever. I know, I'm working on it. Yep. Separate for another row. Hey. Dang it, Munchlax, you really need to stop taking so long to hatch. I'm glad you're almost done. Hopefully T-Rexes hatch faster. They probably won't. They're dragons. But hopefully Tyron hatches faster than Snorlax. Last batch of Munchlax, and we'll probably do another 100 hatches. Yeah, probably 100 hatches. Or so, somewhere around that of Tyron. We shall see. Fossil Pokemon, so I don't think it takes that long. We will find out. Also, I didn't realize that it was a fossil. Is that a Gen 5 fossil Pokemon? That and Auroros? It's Gen 6? That and Aurora Borealis. Oh, is Gen 5 the plant? Archeops and Turtle? What Turtle? I remember Archeops. Archeops sucks, but oh, Tortugas? That was the fossil Pokemon? Really? Question, did it pick boy or girl on Arceus? If you chose the girl, did you name her Ray? In Arceus, I did pick the female character, because I always pick the female character almost every time they give me a choice. And yes, I did name my female character Ray, like I name the majority of the characters that they allow me to name a character in any game. The male default character name in Arceus is also Ray. Made some text boxes very confusing. That was a hoot. Also, I should have just kept it at... Is it Dawn? Is her default name? Akari? I didn't realize that was their default. That's also very good. Where's Ray? Which one? Also, is Dawn the girl Gen 4 character? who are their ancestor, offspring, etc. Yeah. Also, like, the more I think about it, I'm just like, fuck. Dawn is an awesome name. Dawn is a great-ass name. Just like, it's just a respectable name. Dawn. It's a great name. Not the duck. Not the duck time. Her Japanese name is Hika, which means like yes. I really love how Pup Time has diversified their interests. Very good interests. My favorite's Duck Time. I really like Duck Time. It's amazing. There's only one. There's only one. And it's just a baby duck with a knife. It's amazing. No. Time, and Duck Time are partners. They would be great partners. Well, would you look at the time? Duck Time prepares a knife. Like I was initially gonna be like, yeah, they're doing the good cop bad cop routine. I'm just like, no, they're both the bad cop. they're hustling is what they're doing. It's the most amount of steps to hatch a Pokemon. I think it's 10,000, somewhere around 10,000. Average is 5,000. What is that cow time? Raised beef. Good. Talent is 7,680. So it's an above average step. What was Munchlax's? So that feels like that probably was the same as Munchlax / Snorlax. Munchlax was 10,240. Well, that's the max. Didn't realize Munchlax was treated as pseudo-legendary. That would explain why it took so damn long to hatch Munchlax. I felt like it was taking a long time. It didn't feel like that was a 10,000 one, though. I know it's not just pseudo-legendaries, but almost all pseudo-legendaries do have that high of a step cost. We did get it. We're waiting for Calvi to finish their match. Look at this lag! Very big baby T-Rex. I like them. They're good. Gen 6 fossils. They're good. Didn't like that many Pokemon from Gen 6. But Tyrant and I forget what the baby Auroros is called. Or if it is just Auroros. Amora, I believe. Amaura? Yeah, Amaura. They're excellent. Tyrant and Amaura are excellent. Aurora Borealis. At this time of year. At this time of day. Located exclusively in your kitchen. I don't think I've actually ever seen the entirety of Steam Dams ever. I just know a few specific lines. Someone said there's a ghost trick, but it's Steam Tam's video. Yeah. Cut up Dragon Force music and fit it all to the dialogue. That sounds impressive. I only know one Dragon Force song. Okie dokie. Connect. Pass code is as always. Leap bees. 133782335. I'm just waiting. I don't want to start hashing while I'm waiting for Kelby. Make sure you're connected to the internet before starting the search. It's 13378335. Leet bees. No, in order to make... Yes, that's correct, Kel. There are certain baby Pokemon that will only arrive from their respective bigger versions if they have a specific incense on them. Like Mr. Mime, Sudowoodo, Snorlax, Wobbuffet. All those require a specific incense while they're breeding. What are you gonna give me in return, Calvi? What's it gonna be? What's gonna be the amazing trade? It's a regular Snorlax! Don't mind! Thank you. A lad for a lad. You are very welcome, Calvin. Enjoy your lab. A pleasure doing business with you. Where's this one? There we go. I have 5 more weeks. Okay. What? No, it's likely that Munchlax just inherited the step count that Snorlax had. Snorlax probably had the full step count, and Munchlax inherited it once Munchlax was added. Queen, are there things that you're supposed to be doing other than playing Arceus? But also, it's already 10:30, so I'm already at the point where it's just like, nah, you can just fucking play, do whatever the hell you want until you go to bed. Best of luck on your shiny Banui. I did not get a second shiny Munchlax cat. Did not get a second shiny in the 10 eggs that I had spare. After all the shiny hunts I've had, I have never had a batch where it's more than one. I've never gotten a second of a shiny that I was searching for. I value our friendship too. Happiny. Yeah, Chansey. Yeah. Lapras. That also makes sense. Unknown? Really? Unless unknowns hatch into other random characters, in which case that'd be interesting. Wilmer is fucking huge. Relicanth and Basculin? Really? Ugh. Lolamola, Axew makes sense. That's a dragon, a very strong dragon. Larvesta is not pseudo legendary, but like as high of stats can go without being pseudo legendary. So there are some legendaries you can hatch. Interesting. Larvesta is a pseudo legendary. Is it? I don't think it classifies that. I thought pseudo legendary needed to have a stat or a base stat pool of 600. Volcarona only has like 550, I want to say. 570? Like it's as high as pseudo as Pokemon Go without being pseudo. Like Volcarona is incredibly powerful, but it does not have a stat pool of 600. Like, yeah, if you look at, I think the best spot to look is like at Pokemon DB, and you just look up Pokedex and then you sort by total stat number. Like there's a massive group of 600. Pokemon with 600 stats, and those are the pseudo legendaries. Lots of dragons in there. Lots of dragons in there. Oh yeah, it's strong. Volcarona is incredible. There's very good reason why I have a competitive built Volcarona. Volcarona is very strong. Like, Volcarona is fantastic. Firebug is incredible typing. And then also has very high stats and very good allocation of those stats. Also has I don't remember what the move is called. Quiver Dance. Yes, Quiver Dance. Increases what? Special attack and speed? Or special attack and something else? It's very good. Volcarona is a very good Pokemon. Oh, so yeah, Slacking that has special attack, special defense, and speed. Yeah. Yeah, Slacking has 670 and then has a ability that makes it only go once every other turn. And thus why Slacking has not appeared in basically any Pokemon game beyond its original release, because there's many ways that you can change Pokemon abilities now in combat. So any duos type competitive Pokemon with Slacking would be very annoying. So you could just boost up that Slacking to not have to waste a turn. And it's just like, well, that's a problem. Thinking of Rena Wrecking Shop, yeah. Back that in Rena's randomizer that she found a Slacking very early on and it had a good ability. It's just like, well, that's GG. Slacking will literally destroy everything. Also, man, I'm already feeling pretty tired. Yeah, we'll probably only go like 100 Tyrants. Would normally like to do more, but I did start a bit late, and also with the earlier work schedule, I've been waking up at like between 6 and 6:30. And I was doing that normally when I was like exercising and trying to do other things in the morning as well. But now it's just, oh, I'm just doing this for work, or to get up for work in time. So now it's like, ah, dang it. Someone's satchel after being shot out of the sky by a Gardevoir. Amazing. That's what randomizers do, Caddy. Randomizer gonna make things random. I think I only need 2. That's all. Slacking in Legends Arceus, a game where there are no abilities and all stat totals are greatly increased. Yeah, that was something that the Legends Arceus doesn't require much battling at all. So I never really like did much to plan around battles. Man, it is so very different. So very different. A lot of the moves are different. Their damages, their accuracies, and secondary effects are mightily different. And I didn't bother paying attention to many of them because, for the most part, I was just exploring and catching Pokemon and almost never battling. Normal trainer battles and Arceus bullshit. I didn't have much to complain about. It just felt like they're just weird. They're very weird. The Pokemon battles where you actually have to fight multiple Pokemon at once with your single one. It's just like there's a main and then there's one or two support Pokemon. And I guess I'm basically fine with it. Not because they're harder, but because basically the game kind of like has to assume that you're going to end up with some incredibly stupidly powerful Pokemon that are much higher than what you're supposed to quote unquote have at any point in the game, because you can catch, there's what, like a level 45 Snorlax in the first area of the game. They tried to do more with the fact that they actively had like a turn. They had a turn order that was not just my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. But it never, like, even with me like maxing a lot into speed, it's just like, yeah, it's looking like I'm just gonna get one turn in and hopefully take down one of the support pokes first. And then they're just going to get two more attacks after that. Also, yeah, the turn order when it applies to Pokemon coming in is weird. It's very weird. Like, yeah, they're not the greatest. Even when agile, yeah. Like I put a lot into speed. And it's just not like they get kind of the same amount of turns. But then again, I could be rolling with a lot of relatively slow Pokemon. I don't know which Pokemon are fast anymore, nor do I have any baseline comparison for their speed anymore, because they're all completely different than the other Pokemon games. All the stat pools are the stat pools are relatively the same, but their numbers are all different. So I don't have much point of reference. So howdy, Bright. Thanks for stopping by. I like the fact that they made it a turn order where speed dictates more so how many turns you have, and certain moves are faster than others, and there's obviously agile and strong styles. But because the game doesn't focus on battles basically ever, I never like bothered to really get used to them. um, like yeah, like some moves explicitly say they're faster with like quick attack and stuff like that. But then some moves are faster or slower. You just have to pay attention to the timeline to see what it does. But for the most part, like they're at the very least, maybe because the new Decidueye maybe doesn't have the greatest speed stat, but like very rarely did Agile Style actually give me the potential for 2 turns. Very rarely did it. Like only like at the very end. Like I would use an Agile Style and in 2 turns I would finally have a 2-turn swing. Decidueye's speed is like 60. Is it really that low? That Decidueye was a bit faster than that. At the very least, I suppose so, because I think they're more of a split. Like they can roll special attack or physical attack in original Decidueye. I have no comparison point for the new one. Interesting. I guess they're a slow poke. That was very strange. I was expecting it to be faster. So yeah, then my point of comparison is off then, because I was primarily using my Decidueye for the majority of my fights. So apparently I was using a very slow Pokemon. So yeah, I never really got to experience it. Like, and the only Pokemon that I did have that were very fast was my Alakazam. And my Alakazam was exclusively very underleveled compared to the rest of my team, because I just ended up adding them into my team very late. So, like, I basically use them for defeating Pokemon with a specific type. That's mostly what my Alakazam was used for. I never really built anything for actually any competitive fights or anything. Like, yeah, I mostly just messed around. I mostly just explored, caught Pokemon regularly, or did things explicitly to fill out dex entries. Like, I never bothered actually being like, oh, I'm gonna take the time and learn which Pokemon are good for actually battling or anything. It's just like I put no time into it. I was gonna do more. I started off with like evolving like bugs and stuff like that early on, and then I'm just like, nah, I'm just gonna keep very strong, relatively strong Pokemon that I like and that can have a very diverse moveset to do the defeat Pokemon with a specific type of attack type thing. That's the majority of what I had on my team for like the latter 60% of the game. Yeah, I very rarely fight Pokemon, or I very rarely fought Pokemon unless it was explicitly as like, okay, in order to complete their dex entry quickly, I can just defeat a few of them with a specific type of attack. And most of those fights went down in 1 turn. Just because at a point I got very over leveled because I ended up catching alpha Pokemon that were way above my level, and they boosted the hell out of my Pokemon very early. I wanted to mess around with more of the new pokes, but then I just kind of didn't, because I'm like, I got Pokemon that are good, that I have good mix of damage types here. And so I never really broadened into trying to utilize the new Hisuian types. or Hisuian variants. I think the only one that I had on my team was Gudra, but that was just because I caught a level 70 alpha of it. Like I've seen, and I haven't even looked at some of what some of the other Hisuian type exclusives are. Not exclusives, but variants are. Like I've seen maybe in passing what new Typhlosion and Samurott look like, but like not in great detail. Obviously I picked Rowlet, so I know what Decidueye looks like, but I only at the very end finally found a Hisuian Zorua. I didn't see in great detail outside of the fight what the new Avalugg is and what its stat or its typing really is. There's rock ice. That's what I thought it was. From what I've seen, I think I like the new Typhlosion. But yeah, Samurott wasn't great. Don't like Samurott. Oshawott nice. Duat's alright. Samurott's boring. And apparently the new Samurott doesn't change it up much. So I'm like, nah, I'll pass. Also, the Guardian battles are weird. Guardian battles are weird where you're just yeeting whatever things at them. And for the most part, I didn't care. It's just like I stood as close as possible to them and dodged at point blank range so I could just spam R2 and throw frickin' satchels at them as fast as I possibly can. And it's just like, this is already faster than having to send out a Pokemon and defeat them in battle to stun them for a bit. And it's just like, nah, I'm just gonna stand at point blank range and throw constantly. Ended up with me dying on like the last 4 of those types of fights, but I'm like, I don't care. This is the faster way. It was just like, whatever. It also doesn't help that, again, because of because of the drift with my Pro controller that I'm using constantly, like up left and left, the character won't run. My character won't run when holding like left or up left. They will only walk because drift has gotten so bad that it doesn't count it as a full circle anymore. So like there's situations where like, yeah, we gotta move and like go to the left to try and avoid a thing, and they just will stop and they'll stop running and just start walking for a bit. It's just like, cool, I'm just getting hit now. For the most part, it didn't affect me that much, but like when the game calls for it in those type of battles, it's just like, I already didn't care enough about these battles to begin with. And now I'm have an extra hint of frustration in them just because my stupid controllers has drift. Get sleep, Caddy. Thanks for hanging out. I blacked out on like the last 4 noble battles because, again, I stopped caring. That's what happens when like something ends up being like too easy, or I'm trying to do it quickly by doing dumb strats. It's just like, I don't care. I don't care if I lose. I'm gonna stand right in your face and keep throwing. Oh, the bombs. Bombs are what they are. Just gonna stand right in your face and keep throwing the bombs over and over again because this is the fast way. Oh wait, no, I didn't lose to Apple. I lost to Voltorb, I only blacked out on each of them once. I did the final battle, and Voltorb and Arcanine were the ones I blacked out on. Also, yeah, there's no penalty, so I'm just like, I don't care. I don't know anything beyond the credits, though. Like, literally, I rolled the credits, saw that there was more stuff afterwards, and I haven't played the game since. I did that on, like, Thursday or Wednesday. I finished that part. So, yeah, I don't know anything else beyond that. But yeah, I want to keep playing more, but then, again, Elden Ring comes out on next Friday, so, whatever post-game I need to get done, I should probably do it before Friday, because I'm gonna be playing Elden Ring. But yeah, I just like I think like of all of them, like obviously the Cleaver fight's like a tutorial. It's pretty basic, but it gets the job done. The Lilligant fight was actually pretty fun. I actually liked the Lilligant fight quite a bit. Like everything was like pretty clearly defined, or like it was like pretty clearly telegraphed. Telegraphed is the better word. In the dances that they were doing beforehand and stuff like that. Arcanine was annoying because the arena sucked. Fighting him on a cross pattern weird thing in the lava was awful. Voltorb had attacks that I could not tell you how to stop them other than just keep running in circles. Because the whatever grass ball or energy ball and electro ball that just follows you around the entire thing is just like, you can't. I don't know what you're supposed to do against it. Can't dodge roll away from it. You can't destroy it with a bomb. Just keeps following you until Electrode starts trying to charge up. So I'm just like, cool. I guess I'm just running in circles and can't throw bombs now. This is boring. But that's in part because I was, again, not caring. I was completely trying to be like in Voltorb's face and just constantly throwing bombs at point blank range. Avalugs was pretty neat. Most of the things felt telegraphed enough. Though, because the scale helped it in that regard, I guess. And then the final fight, again, I didn't care. And that fight was where my joystick drift actively was making me get hit more often. It's like, cool, I want to keep running around in circles and throwing bombs, and then occasionally when I do need to run, my character just decides to start walking for a little bit. It's like, cool, thanks. Just gonna get hit real quick. It's just running, but you get winded. There's an invisible stamina system going on. But yeah, it never worked for me. Could never really get it to work. Part controller and part just eh. Oh yeah, there's plenty to complain about with Legends Arceus. Plenty to complain about with needing a little bit extra time and some mechanics, needing optimization so it doesn't hiccup frames all over the place. The graphics on level 4 could use a bit of a touching up. Sweet Jesus, because this game feels like it could have been released on the GameCube. But in terms of gameplay and how many smart systems they have in place to encourage that the exploration and research type aspects of Pokemon, the exploration, research, focusing more on catching Pokemon in interesting ways instead of just here's some different variants in just a small location or on a specific route or things like that. I adore it. Like in terms of what I'm doing at any given moment in the game, I'm having a great time. I enjoy what it set out to do, even if it again just needed a bit more time, and Game Freak needs to not pump out 3 different games a year. Or Game Freak and the Pokemon Company need to stop pumping out games so consistently. Spend a little bit of time. Get your engine running at a more optimal pace. Small things like that. Small. Large things like that would go a very long way. Just even there's the particle effects for the attacks and stuff are pretty great. I really enjoy a lot of them. There's some small tweaks that they can really do to make them brighten up a bit though. Like just simple ones like some of the slash attacks, like slash and grass slash or dragon claw and stuff like that. Like they have a diagonal direction. Like it's like upright to bottom left, or it's not gonna look like wrong in there. Like it goes from like top right to bottom left diagonal, or top left to bottom right diagonal. But it's like it's a horizontal flip. Like it's not the hardest thing. It shouldn't be the hardest thing to do. But at least try to align it with the direction each Pokemon is attacking. like Garchomp has a basic attack animation that is a swipe from top right to bottom left, a swipe slash attack. But then some of the animations that play for the attack effects has a diagonal in the opposite direction. It's just like, it's a horizontal flip. But it goes a long way to making it feel right. I would not say the game runs smoothly. But that's just me and my now standardized sense of majority of games I play running at smooth 60 FPS. That game has frame hiccups all over the place. And weirdly has sections that run at a crisp, clean 60 FPS. Like some of the areas right outside the arenas for the noble fights where like no other Pokemon spawn. Like those places are almost like they're so devoid of things that it runs at like a really smooth 60 FPS and is off-putting compared to the rest of the game. I hope they make another game like it, though. 'Cause there's a lot of things that they could do differently and try to expand upon what this game started. And this is a great and fantastic start. I really... As much as I have so many things to complain about, I still have a wonderful time. All of these things are things that should that are like nitpicky or just overall things that are like things I can complain about that aren't so detrimental to my play experience and my likes in games. But yeah, like there's a lot that they can do with this type of structure of gameplay. And I hope they pay attention well enough to their fans, and I believe Legends Arceus sold incredibly well, that there is a place for them maybe doing something akin to... Oh, damn it, there's one stray egg. Doing something more akin to a back and forth release schedule, maybe. Like one mainline entry, one Legends style entry, and going back and forth between them. And then obviously remakes every now and again. But that would also conflict with my thoughts that, hey, you guys need to slow down and spend more time on optimizing your engine and gameplay, and for some areas, maybe just ask for help. Looking at a large majority of your online experiences, I wish you would bring in some people who really know what they're doing with online functionalities. I don't. Yeah, I would not expect Legends to be the new main one. I would not expect that to be the case. Do I want that to be the case? No. Well, yeah, they both have their place. They both have their place. and they're different enough that yeah, I would be more than happy if they do a type of split share where a new gen of Pokemon comes out like once every 4 years, and kind of a same thing with a new Legends style game. Nintendo just sucks for online in general. Might not even be talk at this point. Possibly. It's possible, but in general, there's a certain stubbornness that comes with many of those those companies. With like Game Freak, and I think the Pokemon Company is like notoriously not that big of a company. Like in terms of their actual development team, it's not like Square Enix or anything like that where they got like 200 to 300 people working on a game. Like it's like 50. Like it's not, their team size is not that big for how quickly they churn out games. And also there's just some stubbornness that gets involved. And I know Nintendo at the very least has this stubbornness of just not asking for help in certain ways. Just be like, your online infrastructure isn't that great. There are plenty of people who know what they're doing with this. You can ask for help. You can try to hire them on and do stuff like that. But instead, they just keep making these weird decisions. I wouldn't say Arceus is proof that they don't need 2 copies or 2 versions. Like it's too different of a style of game. Doing a game like Arceus, it doesn't really mesh. Like everything about Arceus is built with kind of the solo experience in mind. But in a sense, like Pokemon was always, and still is to this point, intended to have that type of childhood type of experience where you're being like, I found this over in this area. It's just like, what? I didn't see that. And there is a small part of that comes from the fact that there are version differences. Like there's a part where I'm just like, there's one part where it's just like, it's a type of functionality that I don't care about anymore, but I remember those types of days. Those types of days back when the original Pokemon came out. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. Having those conversations with the other kids and being all excited about what new thing you found, and being able to talk with other people about what their experience, trade Pokemon for evolutions and stuff like that. Like it's comfortable, or it's a, what's the right word for it? But it's just like it's not, that part of it is not made for me anymore. Even if that is still something that's true to their design philosophy. Just because I'm old. I'm a completionist. I play games very fundamentally differently than the way I did in the past. So it's just like that. A part of like that I think is lost if you do get rid of different versions. Something that the more adult side of me cares, or the more adult side of me is the completionist, not playground rumors and stuff. Yeah, the playground Pokemon rumors were amazing. Also, yeah, there is a difficulty that comes with the internet as well. Remember, kids? Back in the days where if you wanted to remember something, you'd have to maybe go to a library or ask other people or or try to find someone who's knowledgeable on a subject or was a subject matter expert. And now it's just Google it. But then again, I did also use, even when I was young and was on the playground with those Pokemon style rumors and stuff like that. Like even then I was actually still using the internet because I remembered going to my local library that had some computers set up with internet that you could set up time to be on. And going there and like looking at Cheat CC, short for Cheat Code Central, looking up games, what cheat codes they had, any little tips and tricks for certain games. Even with that, I guess it was just not every game was detailed to every inch of code. Like they are now. Friend told me Chinchar had 2 exclusive moves: a flaming banana that acted as a boomerang and a wave of lava. It could survive. That sounds right. But yeah, there are methods that you can try to do to encourage trading while in a single mono game experience. But I don't know, it's obviously something that's easier to obtain with multiple versions. Because again, it's a very first world problem type of thing. It's just like, harumph, I want to finish and complete the game all on my own. It's just like, it's okay that the game isn't built this way. Yeah, then there's possibilities that are available, but like at some point I've gotten to the point where I've been comfortable being like, I'm fine not completing things, especially when it comes to Pokemon games. It's just like, I completed this Pokedex and it was okay. It's a very, but that it is a very valid headspace. But also it is specifically a completionist headspace. Which, to be perfectly honest, Game Freak doesn't really care that much about the completionists. Like, it cares in the fact that, hey, you can get all the Pokemon and you get this nice certificate. You get a nice certificate and you get the shiny charm. Hooray, you did it. But it's not it's a neat reward, and gives you, it allows you to have some semblance of reward to continue to play the game even after you've completed it with the shiny charm. But like, that's it. Once it's done, you got it all. And then you can try to be more with like shiny hunting or whatever other types of things you want to set out for yourself. But but like at a certain point, there is a certain point where they're just like, they want people to feel good for having to accomplish the goal that they have set up for them, but there's a limit to how far they expect people to go. Like, they want, I don't know, it's a strange balance. Like, if they have the rewards there for completing things, but at the same time, there's a lot, it's just like, it's meant to be a slower experience to complete. Not, I'm gonna grind this all out on my own type of deal. It's a balance that they want to encourage in the player, and also what's the type of behavior they want to elicit from their players. Because yeah, I think when they probably like initially put in shiny variants, it's just like, cool, you got a neat special thing. It's really rare to happen, and it's really neat and cool, and you can show it off to your friends that you found a super rare thing. I don't think when they initially designed it, they were just like, oh, people are going to farm for these for hours on end. I don't think that was their intent. At the very least, at the outset. They've not, it's not relented, but they've obviously done things to make these things easier over time, though they're still extremely rare. Like, they're easier to get, yes, but they're still incredibly rare. So much so that, like, an average player playing through their experience, if they play and actually complete the Pokedex, they'll maybe encounter like one. They'll maybe encounter like one shiny. Even with the increased odds. But then they have given ways to get them that have made it easier over time. Like, I think it's sort of just those balancing steps as time goes on. It's just like, yes, we like having people play the game a bunch. We also don't like we like having these rare occurrences and get people excited for things. And have things that that kids can be super happy for finding a super rare thing, but then also have some semblance of being able to get them with some degree of consistency for the people that do really want to just literally put in time. Also, yeah, I've heard that in Arceus, shinies are much, much more easier to come across. I've only encountered the one that's been in, or that was a part of the side quest. How many eggs do I have? 10, 5. Actually, perfect. So we will run out these eggs and then we'll probably call it quits for the night. Only about a 4-ish hour stream, but feeling a bit tired. Voice is a little sore. It's been a long week. Like, yeah, I felt like I've slept well this entire week. And I've had a lot more weird ass dreams, which has felt good. That feels like that's been good. Good indication that I'm sleeping better, but my total amount of sleep has not been high. It's been typically 6 hours of sleep a night. And yeah, that caught up this morning. Like, I got like a good 8 hours of sleep and I was very tired this morning. That eventually goes away. I am very much just not a morning person, but oh boy, like, I was just like, I opened my eyes when I got up and I was just like, I'm still tired. I'm still tired, but I'm not going to be sleeping anymore, so I just need to get up. Outbreak says, without any research or any shiny on the base, odds are 1 in 158. Dang. I ran into 2 outbreaks. I ran into a Zubat outbreak and a Rhyhorn outbreak. And that's all I did was sit at the sidelines, put on stealth spray, put on a smoke bomb, and just yeet wing balls from from a mile away. Just constantly, he's just like, there's one. Get it. Get it. Just throwing them constantly, wasting like 40 Pokeballs in the span of 5 minutes or 3 minutes. They are a bit jank. They're weird. They fly above where your cursor is set, but they fly very straight for a very long time. But if they get too close to the end of their lifespan, they just don't they just like bonk off of they just bonk off of the Pokemon and don't actually do anything. It's like I like them for long distance sniping, And obviously for aerial Pokemon. My strategy is the opposite for alphas. Strategy for alphas is to get in close with the stealth spray, try to give it with heavy balls. And then if it sees me, then I stun it and then go behind it and try for more heavy balls. Then distract it with a berry. I didn't think berries would work on alphas. I'm just like, it's alpha. It's supposed to be all big and angry. Surely food doesn't work. So I just never tried. So yeah, mostly it's just me sneaking up behind them with heavy balls. And then once they spot me, just throwing stuff at them and until they're stunned and then rinse and repeat. Maybe they're just hangry. Right. They just haven't had their Snickers. Also, yeah, I didn't use like any tier 3 Pokeballs at all. I didn't use like any tier 3 Pokeballs. Because I'm just like, I've bought almost nothing. I've just subsisted off of what materials I've collected, and I am not parting with 2 iron or 2 ore for every Pokeball. Just like, I guess I'm gonna stick with tier 2 then. Not all Pokemon eat orange berries. At the very least, in the fifth area, I think the majority of those Pokemon won't eat berries. Like, I ended up having to use a lot of beans. Throw out a lot of beans in that area. So many beans. Stealth spray and smoke balls are amazing. They're stupidly strong. Even that in that area? They sure as heck weren't eating berries from me. Yeah, they were just like, yeah, but then again, the Pokemon eating is jank as well. So it's potentially that they just weren't eating it for reasons not because they didn't like it, just because it either took them too long or just game said no, they're not going to eat it this time. Like everything. Like almost everything I encountered in the beginning areas of the fifth there, in the 5th place. Yeah, the majority of them. But then again, like I said, it's jank. Them eating the thing is jank. Because it doesn't last that long. If they don't get to it fast enough, they don't eat it. And then sometimes they just take their sweet time walking over to it, and it disappears by the time they get over there. It's very confusing. Also, is there a good way to catch Pokemon on water in that game? Sweet Jesus, I found trying to catch water Pokemon in Arceus a pain in the ass. Like, it's awful. Like, if you don't have a stealth spray, most of them will just see you and run away before you have a chance to get anywhere near them. I just found it incredibly annoying Because, yeah, they just would see me and run away. And then, like, they have a slow-mo. Like, they explicitly say, it's just like, yeah, if you're in the air while you're on Basque Legion, you can aim and throw stuff while you're on it back, and if you're in the air, it slows down time for you. Except it's dumb. It's a bad bullet time. Like, you'll line up your shot, you'll go to throw it, but it delays. You'll go to throw it, you set your cursor just right, but then you move like a quarter second further, and then they throw. So it's fucking bad. It's just completely bad. Just doesn't work. Yeah, like Breath of the Wild, except done poorly. Yeah, they call that out in the few tutorial boxes for Basque Legion. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like, my best strategy for catching Pokemon on the water, before obviously using stealth sprays, 'cause stealth sprays aren't stupidly strong, was just to, like, be super far away and use wing balls. Yeah, it's terrible. It's ineffective. Like, it makes sense that to finally have something where you can take your time and aim, especially on the water where everything's on the same plane as you, so it's hard to, like, line things up and stuff like that, but it just doesn't work. Just flat out doesn't work. I think I mostly used the Great Balls. I think I mostly used Great Balls, and then Wing Balls second, and then Heavy Balls third. Because Heavy Balls, you have to take your time and get at, like, point blank range from them without getting spotted. Great Balls are just good overall, and they're cheap and easy to make. And then Wing Balls are slightly rarer. So I usually Wing Balls for swarms or whatever, flying Pokemon, or when I'm just like, fuck it, I don't want to get close to anything anymore, just throw it at them. Well, they're good. Heavy Balls are good, but yeah, you need to get so close. You need to get so close in order for Heavy Balls to work. The range on them is so low. I didn't use Stealth Spray or Smoke Bombs until the 4th area? Yeah, I think it was about the 4th area is when I finally started using those, and I'm just like, oh god, they're actually really good. They're actually really good. Smoke Bombs are just flat out, you make tall grass for yourself to hide in. And the poof to make the smoke appear doesn't draw any Pokemon's attention. You just have portable tall grass. And then Stealth Spray, they're like blind to you. Like Stealth Spray, they're like almost completely blind to you. Like, they're very powerful to use. Yeah, a lot of Pokemon you could just walk up to, but like when you get into some areas where like some of the annoying areas, like the volcano corridor with the Magmars that spot you from super far away and instantly aggro, like Stealth Spray is great there. Or whatever freaking corridors and canyons with all the Gravelers and Geodudes. They're so angry. But I would be angry too if I was just a floating rock with arms. Okay, I was gonna, like, why was I grabbing eggs? I'm just like, oh yeah, it's because, well, I can set up for future. For future shiny hunts. Because we'll be done in just 5 more hatches. Heavy balls will be more useful if you stunned. They are helpful then. They're helpful with stuns and they're helpful with any stealth. They're also helpful with food, too. You lure a Pokemon at the right angle nearby you to get a back attack with a heavy ball while you're sitting in the grass. They just take it, yeah, heavy balls take a bit more planning to do. But they are their catch rate's pretty high. At least it feels like it is. So the game tells you it's very high. Oh yeah, also the end of next month? More Mario Kart 8 tracks? I think it's the end of next month. Is when the first batch of new Mario Kart 8 tracks comes out. So strange that they're adding, again, it's so strange that they're adding more Mario Kart tracks to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which was a game that initially came out in 2013 on the Wii U. The game is gonna be 10 years old when they finally stop releasing DLC for it. It's so strange. Yeah, they're putting another Mario Kart game into Mario Kart 8. So strange. Oh. And that is going to be it. No second shiny, but we did get one shiny, so that's great. Easier to add to 8 rather than make a new game. I mean, that's... I mean, there's a lot of already pre-built assets and variety to assets in Mario Kart 8. So, not technically wrong that it would be easier to make new tracks for that rather than developing stuff for Mario Kart 9. But still, like, there's like some pretty relatively recent rumors that Mario Kart 9 is actively in development. Which makes it super weird that instead of announcing a Mario Kart 9, they just drop double the tracks of Mario Kart 8. Or just doubling the tracks of Mario Kart 8. It feels like then it's going to be really weird to time Mario Kart 9 out unless it's like a 2025 release. Because we'll still be getting Mario Kart 8 tracks until 2023. It's strange. As much as I'm excited to have all the dang tracks from almost every Mario Kart ever on Mario Kart 8, still strange. No, I don't think there's ever anybody 2 Mario Karts on the same system. But I would make an exception for Mario Kart 8 because Mario Kart 8 is a Wii U game. It's not a Switch game. It's a Wii U game. It is a Wii U game. Okay. But also, yeah, Mario Kart 8 still sells incredibly well. So, like, it makes sense. But yeah, it's just very strange. But yeah, I need to call it quits for the day. I am tired and voice is sore from constantly talking for the past 4 hours. Whom's we got a deer, got a Nicole doing some golf speed runs. We have Arena doing a Lego. Let's go say hi to Arena. And we can go have a chill build Lego experience with Rena. Ugh, excuse me. But yeah. And thank you so much, Armin, for hanging out. I appreciate it. Keeping me sane whilst we do all the shiny hunting and spinning in circles. And it's always a pleasure chatting with y'all. Always. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow. With cause I But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for a Yakuza Like a Dragon speedrun. It's there's gonna be a lot of time saved with all this new stuff, but yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And then obviously I'll be back next weekend for most likely some Elden Ring. Also, heck, right, I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks again. Have yourselves a wonderful night and go yeet some love on over to Rena and friends doing some Lego. Yeah. Have a good night. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.